Hey everyone, welcome back to another Story World Survival episode. We've been up to all kinds of fun stuff. Right behind me, you can see the last build we did, which was kind of our hillside village. It came out really good, and I had a lot of fun messing around with it. I think, it was definitely a rough plan that came together as we did it, and I think it looked really good. I'm super pleased with it. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been up to. Obviously, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the valley. If you haven't watched yet, definitely go back and watch the series because we've been building all kinds of fun stuff and really building up the infrastructure in this valley, and it feels super great. There's all kinds of good stuff going on around here. One or two small developments that I decided to invest in are I got Zoom, which is super cool, and I'm definitely going to be using this a lot. And I don't know. I don't know why I got this. It's really cool. I can zoom in on stuff. That's so fun. And I can go even further with it too. So that's super fun. I really like that. And then I also got the map mod. I think it's Zero's map mod, and it just has a lot to it. I didn't realize I needed to install the mini map mod in order to get waypoints, but I don't really think I need waypoints, especially because the most important thing that we're always going to be navigating back to our valley is at spawn, basically. So it's never going to be, we never really struggle to remember coordinates. We just have to head back to 0, 0 in order to get back to home. So definitely not going to worry too much about trying to get coordinates all set. But yeah, so I got those two mods. I kind of just felt like those were two mods I've seen a lot of YouTubers have in their videos, and I thought I should get them because they help out a lot and they kind of add a little level of immersion, being able to zoom in on myself. Guys, I don't feel like we've ever been this close. You're always watching me from like out here, and now we can get really close. So just being able to do that is freaking hysterical to me, and I love it so much. So you're gonna see a lot of that in the future, and I do apologize. It's what's gonna happen. So yeah, so we're back in the valley today. We're back home, and there's a lot of fun stuff that I was hoping to get up to and kind of start thinking about. So one thing, there's three things I've been thinking about doing, and a few of them, one of them is like a really kind of chill small build, and then the other two are sort of bigger long-term projects that we would need to start investing in before we make too much of like too many moves on them. So right here, there's this big empty space, and it's right next to the inn. And I was thinking, what we don't have in this valley that we really should is a stables, somewhere for us to keep a horse, and so that way we can ride out and adventure and explore a little bit easier. And granted, I barely ever use horses, but just to have like a designated area for them, especially right next to the inn, which makes sense kind of logically with like if you're visiting the valley, you would stable your horse and then stay in the inn. So having a stable right about here, I think would be a really good project, and that very well could be the project we get up to today. So I'm into that idea for sure. The other project that I did want to start thinking about, because I think it's about time for us to start making it a little bit of a deeper investment, is I remember on the first couple episodes, or maybe even in the first episode, even before that, when the first time I booted up this map in like the multiple versions of this world I tried out before I eventually started recording it, I remember looking at these mountains and thinking, wouldn't a castle look so cool up on those mountains? And so I really am thinking it's gonna be worth it to start investing in at least the materials we're gonna need to start building up a castle up there. And the other day I went up there, I climbed up there with some leather boots because there's a lot of powdered snow around here, and I was kind of looking at the topography, and it is sort of ideal because it's this giant ringed kind of valley like there's these mountains around it, but then there's this sort of open area in the middle that looks so cool. Is there lava there? Oh yeah, there's like a lava pit right there. That's cool. But yeah, so this area is so cool, and I could totally see in my head some really interesting kind of castle structure. Maybe even if it doesn't sit in the middle of this, if it's built around or on each of these peaks that surround it, it could be like a really cool structure that would be just awesome and totally fit the vibe and make this place feel super set up. And I love building castles. If you haven't, go back and watch my most recent commentary long play. I did a castle in that one. And granted, that was supposed to be like a small, chill castle, and it ended up being huge. But definitely a castle is something that's on my horizon as a build we should do, because we have so much stuff already taken care of. Like we've got all of our resources, all of our food, all of our trading, we've got everything taken care of. And so now we can start thinking about sort of larger scale, bigger projects that are going to take on, that we're going to take on, that are going to be, big in scope. And so that's definitely something that's on the horizon and something I was thinking about. The last thing I was thinking about, and this is kind of a departure for me in terms of my play style and the type of stuff I like to do, but I was thinking it's probably about time that we start preparing for the end. And I don't mean the end of the world. Don't worry. I'm not going to say we're never going to be done in this world, but we're nowhere near being done in this world. But I'm talking about getting the dragon battle taken care of. Now, that'll be the first time I'll have ever done that. I've done it in multiplayer worlds with a bunch of other people before, and I sort of just ran around and took pot shots at the dragon, and I don't think I contributed at all. But I really want to legitimately beat the dragon in this world and get to the end and hopefully find a pair of wings. So that is something that I really do want to start thinking about. I don't know that we're going to start like plugging away at that today, but I'm just kind of putting it on the horizon that that's something that I am starting to consider, because of the fact that we have so much infrastructure built up. It's going to be really easy for us to set certain things up and and just make it easier for ourselves. So yeah, those are kind of the three projects. It's the stable, thinking about the castle, and preparing for the end, which is super exciting and a little scary and crazy that we've made it this far in this world. I mean, we are on, what is it? We are on day 619. So, what is that? I'm thinking that's almost 2 full IRL years if you're thinking about it like each day is a regular day. And so it's we're closing in on the 2-year mark of this world. Not IRL years. We've only been in this world for about 6-7 months now, but still, it's just crazy to think about how far we've come and all the things that we've accomplished. So I'm kind of between a bunch of different projects, and getting ready for the end, I think, is one that I want to put on my radar. But for that, we're gonna have to do a little bit more gearing up and loot, and like getting some loot, or getting some loot and some gear like enchanted, and doing some trading, and like there's a whole bunch of that. And I kind of, instead of squeezing that all into one episode, I kind of want to spread that out over the course of multiple episodes, so that way we can still always get a build done, and then we can also be like, and we got X, Y, and Z to prepare for the dragon fight, so that's definitely something I'm gonna start getting in my head. Definitely one part of that I was thinking I needed to think about is getting my bow set up a little bit better. Of course, I don't even have it on me. I don't know why I struggle to keep that bow on me so much. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, because all we have on it is punch, unbreaking, and power, which is great, but we need infinity. I'm not doing a dragon battle without infinity on a bow, and I would love to upgrade that punch a little bit more. And I don't know if you can get power 4. I think power 4 is a thing, and if I can get power 4, that would be really cool. So Yeah, maybe that's where we start today, is we do some trading and we do some rolling of some enchants on a librarian village to a villager to get possibly infinity. And then the other couple things that we need to do, we need to get mending on our helmet. We also need to get protection on all of our gear. So we've got protection on the boots and the pants, but we need protection on the chest plate and the helmet. And then I also really wanted to get looting on my sword, because if we're going to go to the nether and we're going to fight blazes to get blaze rods for blaze powder, I want to be able to more efficiently gather that. I don't want to sort of just, you know, shoot in the dark. I'd rather have like more of a guarantee that that's going to happen. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the works. We definitely need to start, you know, moving in the right directions of some stuff. I think the way I'm going to start off this episode is I'm going to, how many, we have 16 emeralds. Okay. And then wood wise, where are we at? All right, we've got some spruce wood. I know we have a ton of oak wood. Whoops, not what I meant to do. Yeah, we have a ton of oak wood. I don't want to burn it though, you know, because I use a lot of oak when I build, and I'm not sure I want to burn my oak wood on sticks for trades. And I know over in the tree cutting area, we have about a quadrillion giant spruce trees that we could cut down and get a ton of sticks from. So I think, well, no, I think the first thing I'm going to do is just some chores around the base. I'm going to, you know, feed the cows, you know, do the crop field, feed the bunny, or not the bunnies, the bees, and just get like a bunch of stuff bred up and, you know, farmed up and everything. And then I think I'm going to go cut down some trees and get some sticks and maybe do some trade rolling and everything and just get that stuff set up. So with that, I'm going to kick that off and I'm going to start working on these chores, and then we'll start thinking about our build today, which I do believe is going to be the stables. Although I'm looking at this wheat field and it's not fully grown, which is fine. I mean, we have a ton of wheat hanging out for the cows, so I don't need to fully harvest the wheat fields right now. I'm remembering now that that's not fully grown because I knocked it down and used it to get the wheat field over there grown. How many cows do we have? Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I think we have a few cows, just a few. I don't know if we have enough, guys. I'm gonna feed them and make sure we have enough cows because this is getting a little ridiculous. Oh, of course. What would it be? It wouldn't be a Story World Survival episode if it didn't have these guys coming and visiting us. All right, let's get this over with, guys. Let's do this dance. Knock you guys down. There we go. Okay, and they're done. I am realizing I think I may have made this tree farm a little too far away, because like I cut this tree down, didn't I? And it still hasn't despawned. Did I leave some wood up there? Oh, I left some wood up there. But even still, these saplings haven't grown. So I may need to hang out over here for a little bit every once in a while to get these things to grow, because all these trees grew while I was building this build, so they were able to, you know, be loaded in. But while I'm all the way over there in the valley, I think they don't load in, so it's a little too far away, which is fine, you know. It just means that I need to kind of hang out over here a little bit more often. but it's just good to know that I have to be a little bit more strategic about how I'm planting and replanting this tree farm. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 stacks. That's a good start. You know, we can always come back and cut down some more wood. I think that'll probably get us enough emeralds to do some trading, some like decent amount of trading. So we'll be all set there. Let's head on back and let's convert this to sticks. Somebody in the comments on one of my other videos, and I'm sorry I cannot remember the name, but thank God for them, because they told me that apparently if I hold down spacebar, it will just repeat the action, or if I press spacebar, I can't remember. If I use the spacebar, it'll repeat the action that I just did in terms of like GUIs and like crafting and trading. So if I can, I'm going to try that. And if I can like trade a lot faster, because I've seen people do that. I've seen people be able to kind of just like rapidly like trade all their sticks and get like a dozen emeralds or something. So here, wait. Okay. So if I do that and then I do that and then I do, okay, that's not working. Here, wait. Let's try this. No. All right. Huh. Okay, well, it's not working for the crafting. Although, wait, maybe it doesn't work for converting wood planks to, or logs to planks. Oh, God, I'm messing up now. There we go. Okay. And we'll just get all these converted. Okay, and now if we take this and we take this and we do that, and then it's still not working. What if I do... Huh. All right, well, I'm pretty sure it works. They sounded pretty confident that it works, and I'm not going to doubt them. I'm sure it does work. I bet it works with the trading. I'm wondering if it doesn't work as well with the crafting, or if I need to have some kind of like hotkey enabled or something. So let's dump some of this so that way I've got room for all these sticks. Oh, and we've got to dump our 8 millionth bad omen bottle. Gotta love it. Gotta love having all that. And our banner. And let's just do this. I mean, this is fast enough. It's the trading that can be really cumbersome. Okay. I don't even know why this is the priority first when I don't even have the villagers that are going to roll for the books, but I figured let's just get a good emerald supply really fast, and then we can worry about rolling for the trades after that. So, all right, you are my stick guy. Okay, wait, that's doing something. Oh, yes, it's working. Okay, I maxed him out. Wait. Okay, now I'm struggling. Why is this not working this time? Okay, well, that kind of worked. It worked one time. I couldn't figure it out the second time. I don't know what I did. I hate it when I do that, where I'm like, yes, it works. And then I'm trying to do it the second time, and I'm like, wait, I know I literally just did this, but how did I do? I think it's like some combination of like pressing shift and holding space, or holding space and pressing, or holding shift, and I don't know. It's some combination of those things. I'm gonna make a chest and make a little area to hang on to. Oh, I did not mean to get that many. Oh well. And make a little area to leave stuff for trading in there, so that way once those guys refresh, I'm good to just go ahead and start trading with them again. I don't need to go like running back and forth. So I'm just gonna drop a chest with some sticks in there, and they're not even gonna realize that that's just sitting there. Cat literally just appeared right there, which is hysterical. The number of cats starting to be in this area is getting pretty comical. I'm into it though, especially because I mean, not that I had a creeper problem before, but it definitely is going to help with any sort of potential creeper issues I may have. All right, there's our chest, and we can drop all of our sticks. And yeah, we're all set. Oh wait, I think I heard him refresh his trades too. So let me grab some of these again, actually. I think they both actually refreshed their trades, which is awesome. Yeah, okay. All right, so okay, that worked again. I think the trick is using like this area. Definitely somebody down in the comments let me know. Like yes, it's very easy, sir, and you're just making it. Okay. All right. Nice. And we definitely still have way more wood to trade for sticks and everything, but we've got 54 emeralds. I mean, unless we have a real, you know, bargain, or not bargain, like a real stickler on our hands in terms of getting the enchanted books, I think we're looking good. I think the two enchantments that I want to go for the first are looting and infinity. Those are the two that I think are the most important. So let me pick up the rest of my emeralds. I mean, we'll just stash those 6 away. We don't need those. And then building supplies, let's just toss these chests in there. And some books. We need some books to make some lecterns. Actually, we need some bookshelves. So where have I been keeping books is an excellent question. I know I probably have some in the enchanting house. If I don't have a lot, I should invest in some, because definitely having a good supply of books is going to be key for this, you know, process. I mean, that's 57. I think we're only going to need like, let's just split that, because I doubt I'm going to need 25 books all at once up here. And we can have a little supply in our gear room. Let's make some lecterns. And I think I need slabs for lecterns. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. This gear chest is getting a little out of hand. We've got to figure something out for it. Wait, why is there an iron door in here? How is that considered gear? I don't get what I'm doing there. The system for that chest is has kind of gone off the rails a little bit. So, oh no, I want those. I want this, and then and I'm gonna actually want a few books. I'm just gonna keep those on me for when the trade comes up. And then, I mean, I know my intention was to get my librarians in the sort of hall there. I don't know if there's a good way to lead them in there. I guess I could, why is that open? I guess I could get a, what if I open that? Will you just go in? No? What if I do, like what if I just throw this down? One of you come here to try to claim it if I open the door. All right, this door needs to stay open for more than 2 seconds. There we go. All right, you gonna become a librarian now? Maybe not that one. How about this one? Power 3. Okay. I want to... Well, no, that's fine. Which one did you bind to? That's an excellent question. All right, it's not that one. All right, we're gonna roll some trades and hopefully we get lucky. Ooh, wait, fire aspect. I don't know. I don't know. I do want fire aspect, but I think can fire aspect come as a higher level? I'm thinking I'm gonna skip that one. As much as I that's like not a necessary trade. Like I'll definitely like kind of want that, but it's a want. It's not a need. Oh, there it is. Looting 3 too. Holy crap, that's expensive. 44 emeralds. Oh my god. But that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, let's lock that bad boy in. That and this, and we will get ourselves a looting 3 book. Let's do it. Let's do it. Awesome. All right, dude, you are my looting villager. I'll probably only ever use you once because I'm only ever gonna need looting on one item. But one thing I could invest in too, which would definitely be worth it as well, is getting a fortune villager too. I might as well, right? Because if I have fortune on my pickaxe, I'm going to be able to pick up so much more ores. And especially if I'm needing gold for like gold apples and stuff, having that on hand would be really good. So I'm going to make one more lectern and we're going to roll for infinity and fortune. Those are the other two. And we might need to do a little bit of XP farming to get enough levels to be able to enchant all that. So I'm going to put looting on the sword right now though. Oh man, this guy is, no, I don't want Umbra. Okay, there we go. Oh, my anvil broke. I've never seen that happen before. That's never happened to me before. Crazy. I feel like I barely ever use that anvil. Okay, well, that's that. I'll make another one later, but now we've got looting, which means that we'll get so much more drops and everything. That's super exciting. So now it's just fortune and infinity. Here, wait, let's test the looting. This guy escaped earlier. Oh, we still only got 1 steak. Okay, well, I thought maybe I'd get 2. Did I get leather at least? I didn't even get leather. Are we sure that looting works? I don't know. I may have gotten sold a defective book. And we're gonna have to do a little bit more stick trading to really get the full amount of emeralds that we need. But let me grab some stuff to make another lectern. Silk touch for 8 emeralds. That is a pretty good deal, honestly. I mean, Do I need Silk Touch though? I always struggle with like a need versus want with Silk Touch. I mean, Silk Touch on a pickaxe would be great for harvesting just regular stone. I don't know. Again, that's a want, and I think we'll get it again another time, and we don't need to. I'm gonna pass on that one. I might have just made a big mistake. I don't know. Ooh, flame. Oh God, these are some good rolls. I'm getting some good stuff. I don't know. Flame would be kind of nice. Oh God, to put on my bow. All right, I'm gonna do it. I feel like I keep getting these trades that are like that you could take this one, and I keep passing up on them, and I feel like I'm missing out a little bit. So, all right, so he's all set. We can break this guy out now. I just didn't want him to escape, and I guess it doesn't really matter if they do escape. So let's do some trading for some emeralds now, because we're down to like 10. Yeah. You. Have any more sticks in here? Did I run you out? No, I didn't. What the hell? Wait, did they all? How did they? What? I'm so confused. Only one of these guys should have become a library. The rest of these job blocks are taken. Can more than one villager assign to a different job block? Somebody let me know in the comments, because that was weird. I shouldn't have 5 librarians in here now. All right, well, what are you? Sharpness 3, that's pretty good. I think I already have that. No, I have sharpness 4. Your bookshelves and your bookshelves, right? Sharpness, bookshelves. Okay. All right, we need to figure this out, because this is already kind of becoming a little bit of a mess. I need to set something up where these guys are all contained and not just all wandering around in here. Although here, wait, if I undo that, they're all gonna go flying out. So let me just gonna get some building blocks, and we're gonna set up some sort of like stalls for them. Maybe once a trade is locked in. I've never seen that happen before, though. All 3 of those guys just took those job blocks, and the other guys, like, maybe it's because they were blocked off and they couldn't get to it. Maybe that's it. And so they, like, disassociated with those job blocks. Let's see. I'm going to make a few more lecterns, and then probably, I mean, now that we've got those guys in there, we might as well use them, right? Nope. Wait, no, I grabbed the slabs. Why do I not have? Oh, because I need bookshelves. That's why. Can you move? Making this incredibly difficult. Okay. That's his workstation now, right? Nobody else is going to take that, right? I hope. Let's see. We can probably do away with this button being right here. Move it up there and set up another little stall right here. And you are, oh, you're about to go in there. You're not a good guy. You're my looting. Oh God, this is getting really out of control. Okay, let's just break the rest of these. Oh, That is not my... I did not mean to do that. I am so sorry. Great. Now my prices are going to be terrible. Oh, no. Yours is still cheap. Okay. Oh, he got a mending trade. That was the first roll I got with that villager. This is ridiculous. These trade rolls are hysterical. I think I'm gonna keep that, honestly, because I know I already have a mending trade, but he's all the way over in that other village, so I think it's worth hanging on to that guy for sure. All right, let's keep building these out. Okay, 2 of you can't go in there. Only one in a stall at a time. How about you, buddy? Do you want to go into one of these and make my life easier? Yes. Oh, okay. I want you guys to appreciate what I had to do to get all those villagers into their little spots. I had to fill this entire area with dirt. Just it was a little ridiculous. Oh my god, that was fun. That was really fun. I highly recommend working with villagers if you're looking for something just like relaxing and it's not going to cause you any stress and you're not going to get angry or annoyed. I would definitely recommend working with villagers. It's just a good time, you know, and you just get to have, you know, like a nice chill relaxed time. There's never any frustration. They never do anything that you don't want them to, you know, like they just you know, just to hang out, and it's great. Okay, why are you not taking that job? All right, you did though. What did you give me? Oh my god. Yes, yes. Oh my god. So for all the trouble they're giving me, it's definitely been worth the trouble because I've gotten like all the enchantments I need. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's such good stuff. Okay, you just need to take this job now, and I don't know why you're not. This one's like real trouble. He made it incredibly difficult to get over here. All he wanted to do was go over and be next to this villager like constantly. Are you not going to take this? Oh, he did. Okay. I was like, for a second there. Knockback, not bad, but oh, he's the one I hit. He's making it more expensive. So cool. Gonna love that. What was I can't even remember what the other enchantment we were going for. We got our flame. We got... Why are you impaling? When did you become impaling? Wait, okay. You're my looting. You're my infinity. Okay, so you're the other one I have to re-roll. This got real confusing. No to Riptide. All right. I remember it was Fortune. Fortune was the other one of the other ones we were looking for. Infinity, Flame. We got our looting. What do you got now? Oh my god. Oh, Fortune 1. I think we can hold out for something better. Fortune 2 at the very least. I think 3 is the highest Fortune goes. So let's keep holding out. What were you again? I can't remember what you took. Knockback. Okay. So let's keep rolling him. Ooh, right there. Right there. That's it. Oh, we don't have enough emeralds for 2 though. And we definitely don't have enough levels to combine them. I don't know. Do we hold out for Fortune 3? I feel like it's so lucky that we got Fortune like on the 2nd or 3rd roll. Why don't we know that he's Fortune and start rolling this guy again? And if he gives us Fortune 3, then we can roll this guy for protection, or vice versa. If he gives us protection, then we re-roll for Fortune, I think. Ooh, wait a minute. What do I have on this? I have sharpness 4. He's offering sharpness 5. I think we're okay. I think we're gonna skip that. Ooh, Ooh, efficiency 5. What do I got? Got efficiency 4. That's got efficiency 5. I think we're okay too. I think we can skip, because the only 2 things that I'd really want that on, or the only 3 things, are my shovel, my pickaxe, and my axe. And they, like, efficiency 4 does it, you know, like efficiency 5, especially on my shovel. I don't really want anything higher than efficiency 4. It already digs like too fast, you know. So I think we're gonna skip that, and we'll just keep trucking away. This guy is dead set on a knockback trade and a trade for bookshelves and paper. He's given me that a dozen times now, and it's getting a little old, buddy. Yeah, like, again, the bookshelves and paper. Like, I don't like, come on, man. Give me something interesting. Ooh, feather falling. That's a good one. It's only 1 though. I think I'm gonna skip it. It's also, I gotta sleep, but I'll hold out for a higher level of feather falling. I'm definitely realizing this trading hall is probably not gonna be big enough, because this is my flame guy. This is my fortune guy. This is my, whoops. This is my looting guy. This is my infinity guy. So, and then if we get like a protection and maybe unbreaking, and I think, well, I don't know how many more enchantments I really need. Feather falling for 1 would be great, but I'm gonna skip feather falling 1, especially because that's like not the priority right now. Frostwalker again. Dude, take the job. Take the job. Take it. Why won't you take the job? What? He just suddenly stopped taking it. Oh, there he goes. My God. All that waiting for breach. I could care less. Ooh, unbreaking 3. I was thinking that would be worth getting, because if I get a pair of wings, I would want to be able to immediately enchant that with unbreaking 3. Does unbreaking go up to level 4? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I think I'm going to skip it just because it's not what I'm looking for right now. I'm trying to get protection, and this guy was my fortune one, right? Yeah, no, that was Riptide. Wait, I thought he was fortune. Maybe you're the fortune one? No, you're flame. I could have sworn this guy was fortune. Maybe you're the fortune one? Infinity. Looting. I thought we got like a fortune 2 guy. Huh. Okay. Well, I guess we don't have a fortune guy. So fortune or protection. I know I've said it like 3 times, but I keep on having to step away and reorienting myself to this. So, oh, infinity again. Great. Ooh, protection 3. Protection 3. Okay. That's pretty good, right? Protection 3, protection 3. I think protection goes up to 4, but I think protection 3 is a good one to get started with. Oof, that's steep though. That is steep. Why don't we lock in that trade with a bookshelf? And then, all right, so he's all set. Let me get that XP. He's all set. So now let's go for our fortune guy. Oh, feather falling 4. There it is. All right. Yeah, we're definitely doing that. So we're going to lock this in. And we just got to get 1 more villager in here. 58. Oh my God. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Okay, so that's our feather falling guy. So we need to get another villager in here. I'm gonna I'm gonna make the executive call to block off a little bit of this window. It's not gonna look great from the outside, but it's gonna be worth it to be able to have these guys like solidly in here. I'm gonna make a few more lecterns. Honestly, at this point, I'm wondering if it's this one can't be. Yeah, that's the door, so we're gonna leave that. That's just that. But I think it's gonna be worth it to get obviously fortune, and then like maybe I just go through the effort of just getting another 2 in here, just so that way when we're ready to re-roll or get some more enchantments that we need, there's already 2 guys just like set up that we can just start rolling on. Can I move this button? Stick it there, because I think that's what's opening and closing that gate. All right. Oh, I need to eat. Oh my God. How long has my food bar been that low? And I just haven't even noticed. Also, this path is bothering me. I think it's because like that because I was doing the getting the minecart in here. You are not going free, sir. Go away. Gonna get a few more lecterns going. Actually, while I'm out here, let's get the bow set up, right? Because this is infinity and flame. Let's grab the bow, and hopefully I've got enough levels to get both of those on there. Here's that anvil. Okay. So flame, bam, and then infinity, bam. Oh, I should have named it. Whoops. Huh. This is where we really struggle. I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna name it like Otto's bow. And I'm going to encourage people to give me names down in the comments, because I'm totally down to rename that if I need to. That's a dope bow though. Power, flame, punch, unbreaking, and infinity. The only thing I'd like to bump up on that is get more punch to it. But I think we're good. And I'm gonna wait until I have all the trades ready to go and to start going, like start really doing some economics and getting some emeralds set up. So I'm going to hang on to the emeralds I've got. I don't have any more kicking around right now. So I'm going to hang on to the emeralds I've got, though. And just so that way I can lock in any more trades that come in. And then, do I still have that lever? I do. I still have that lever. So yeah, let's get at least one more guy set up in there. And then we'll be doing good. He just gave me 2 silk touches, and this one's only 12 emeralds. The thing is you only need silk touch once, and it's just like, I don't know that it's worth like having a dedicated villager yet for silk touch. As nice as it would be for building, I just can't justify it yet, you know? I feel like I'm having to justify it over and over again, and I don't think anybody's questioning me, but I'm like, all right, that's fortune 2 again. What is all right, I'm looking things up again. Sorry guys, just give me a second. I should have done this research first, but fortune is 3. Okay, I'm gonna lock this in. I think it's worth it. I'll only need to buy 2 in order to get 3, so all right, cool. Also, I hear a zombie somewhere, and I'm not into it. Oh, it's nighttime. That's why we've got zombies hanging out. Hopefully, there's none in my village. Oh, here. I can't do that. I mean, there's about a dozen iron golems, or half a dozen iron golems out there, or 2, sorry. Very different than half a dozen, but I think we're looking good. I see my cleric. Everyone else is just chilling. I think we're good. We're all set. All right. So let's just review really quickly. We've got our flame. We've got our feather falling for an outrageous price, but we locked it in, so that's just where we're at. We've got our looting. We've got our infinity. We've got our protection 3, and we've got our fortune. So I think we're all set. Now we just need to start doing some economics. We're gonna need a ton of emeralds because just for the, I mean, for the feather falling alone, we need 58, and then we're gonna want 2 fortune 2s, so that's gonna be another 26, and then we're gonna need, oh, is that 41? Oh my god. I really did not look at prices when I was locking in these trades. So we only need 2 protection 3 books though, right? Yeah. Although can protection, oh no, we only need 1 protection 3 book. Okay, I'm looking something up again. I'm sorry. How high does protection go? Can you get protection 4? You can get protection 4. Okay. Oh god, these prices are gonna kill me. So 41 times, let's see, if we want protection 4 on all this, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 41 times 5 is a lot. So we're gonna do some crazy economics. We're gonna crank out some trading. I'm gonna maybe convert a few more of these guys to Fletchers, so that way I can like really capitalize on the stick trades. I'm gonna cut down pretty much all of those trees over there and set up just like all sticks. I'm tempted to do an iron trade too, but I don't want to blow through my iron, mostly because the iron farm still isn't working right. So I don't want to go too crazy with like burning my iron. Not that I'm really using it for anything besides lanterns, and I do have a ton. So maybe I could invest a few of these stacks into trades. So I might set that up to, I'm trying to think, is it a toolsmith that does iron trades? I think so. So I'll set that up, and we'll be all good. So let's just fire away on that. I got about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stacks of spruce wood. That should be hopefully enough to do a significant amount of trading. I also set up 2 more Fletchers and some toolsmiths. I didn't realize that the toolsmiths don't immediately have an iron trade, so that's going to be more of a long-term investment of, you know, buying a bunch of stone tools from them and then eventually hopefully them getting an iron trade. So we'll have to kind of add that to our list of things to do, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I think I'm just going to focus on getting I'm just going to use the Fletchers right now to you know, be my main income source. So this little, it's less of a city or village and more of like a trading center, you could almost call it. So I'm kind of into that idea too, of like less of an encampment and more of like an area for specifically trades. So let's grab that. Let's throw down the gravel because we don't need that. We got a few extra sticks on us. Let's throw down the spruce saplings. And let's do some economics. All right, so we got like, I don't know, what is that, 120 plus 20, so like 150-ish emeralds. So we already got our flame. We already got our, this is the feather falling, the absurd priced feather falling. This is the looting, which we already got. This is the infinity, which we already got. That's the protection, which is also absurdly priced. But okay, so let's do, oh, I need books. Let's do the 2 fortunes, and then we can get the feather falling, and then we're probably gonna have to wait on the protection, which is fine. You know, we can survive without that. I want to get that set up before we do any sort of dragon fighting, you know, but I think we'll be fine for now, and we can just continue to generate emeralds sort of in our off time. So that's all good. Let's grab some books and set ourselves up with some trades. Don't like that you two are just standing here. I feel like one of you is going to try to bust out once I open that gate. Didn't trust them. All right, so fortune, you. And then our feather falling. Oof. And then we can get a few, probably 2 protections. Was that it? That's it. Okay, so just 1. That's fine. That's all good. Oh, it is nighttime. Let's go to bed. I always forget how many levels villager trading gets you to, because like I'm already back up to 25 levels. That's awesome. So let's get everything all set up, and we'll be cruising. All right. It's the diamond helmet that we don't have protection on. And the chest plate. All right, I'm gonna put it on the chest plate because that's got mending on it too. That's protection. Why is this not working? Uh-oh. Are fire protection and protection incompatible? Oh no. Oh no, I didn't know that. Somebody in the comments, I'm sure you guys are like screaming at your screens right now, like, oh no, you absolute dope, you can't do that. Good stuff, good stuff. I love it. All right, let's make this. Oh wait, no, I don't want that. I want you. And then let's put that on you. Nice. That is pretty much as good as a pickaxe can get, right? I mean, efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, fortune, and mending. That is a dope pickaxe. I am super pleased with that. And then hopefully there's nothing like, is Depth Strider gonna cancel out feather falling on this guy? Really hope not. Okay, cool. No. We can still get feather falling on that. I cannot believe, really. That's so crazy. It must be incompatible. Fire protection must, and I put mending on that. All right, well, it's a good thing to have. You know, I'm not going to be upset about it, but obviously protection 3 or protection 4 armor across the board is much more preferable. So we'll do what we can with the fire protection stuff. You know, it's definitely going to make going to the nether a little less stressful, but we're going to definitely have to invest some diamonds in some more, in another chest piece and another helmet. Okay, enchanted book can go in magic stuff. And actually, why don't we just put the books in there in general? And then we can put down the emeralds. And this just little bit of sticks that we've got. And I think we are all set on enchanting and trading for today. And that took a little, it didn't take as long as I was expecting. It did take a while, but it definitely, we were able to knock that out pretty quickly. So that's awesome to have that set up. I wish I'd paid better attention to those prices because they are a little outrageous, but we'll just do what we can. Hopefully as I trade with them more, they'll lower their prices. I know they do that, but not that much. So, all right. So we're all set. I think the next thing to do is to get started on our build for today, which will be super fun, which I'm thinking should be the stables. And I'm gonna have to find a horse, which I know there was like a ton of horses in this valley way back when I first started settling it, but now I don't seem to be able to find any horses, and I'm sure most of them kind of just wandered off. But let's let me see what we're working with here. How much space do we got? We got a ton of space, you know, and there's a part of me that thinks I should bring this layer out to here and sort of make a big flat area there and maybe shave back this layer just a tad. And then we'll have like a decent amount of room. We could put like a structure right here and like a big open pen area for the horses right here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab some dirt and I'm going to flip on the replay mod again. I haven't been doing that mostly because I love the replay mod. It's a great way to be able to make, you know, the building process go a little bit faster in terms of editing the videos, but it's sometimes a little cumbersome to edit with it. You know, using the replay mod it can just be a little clunky, you know. So I'm going to throw it back on though, especially because I do want to start making, you know, shorts of the building process for a lot of these builds, because I want to be able to share it in a way that people are going to, you know, be able to quickly jump in and see what we built today. And if they want to come and watch the full episode and see the whole story, they absolutely can. But this kind of is like a primer to get people into like, oh, like that's a really cool build. Like I want to see how that came to be, you know? So we'll sort of see how that works. I think regardless, we're definitely going to throw on the replay mod again though. So, oh, and I say that and I haven't turned it on. There we go. So, all right. Let me do some terraforming and we'll get this all sorted. All right, so we got our big flat open area. That's definitely enough room. I'm feeling like the structure should go here, and then we'll have like a nice spot for, you know, the horses and everything right here. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna take some stock of our building supplies. Definitely, I feel like I kind of want to go back to our roots on this one and do sort of a stone foundation, obviously, and then oak and spruce as a roof, and then possibly incorporate a little bit of deep slate, especially because the inn is kind of such a departure from the style, which I love. I think it looks great, but it definitely needs to be sort of like more unifying over there. Like I want to bring us back to our sort of regular palette. So, all right, let's throw down some of this dirt and some of these plant odds and ends. And then let's take a look. Spruce wood. We got some. That's probably enough, you know, especially if I make sure to use this stuff too. And then oak wood. We got tons of oak wood. We're flush with oak for sure. I don't think this is going to be a very big build either. So let's grab a few stacks of cobble. Let's grab a few stacks of mossy cobble. Let's grab a little bit of andesite. Ooh, we are a little low on andesite. Oh no, we got plenty. Yeah. And then is that everything I need? Honestly, that's like all the basics. Yeah, that's like all the basics. So I think we're good. I'm gonna grab my chest and my stone cutter, and I certainly have to have a extra crafting table kicking around somewhere. Yeah, there we go. And scaffolding. I think this might be a single story too. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll make it like a little taller, do something like 6 blocks high instead of 4. But I don't want to make this too tall because there's really no reason for a stable to have like a second story. But we'll kind of feel it out as we're building it. I might throw my little area right here. Table, stone cutter, chest. Our scaffolding. And I'm gonna just do one more run for some of those spruce odds and ends. Oh, and I need deep slate. Definitely got to grab some deep slate for the roof. All right, so we got all our building supplies all set. We got all our blocks. We've got some sort of odds and ends that will help out with not having to blow through all our wood supply. I'm thinking let's grab some oak and do some barrel action, and let's just get the beams in place and kind of suss out where those are going to go. So let's do some of these. Yeah, 17 feels right. And then do some of these. And do some of these. And probably somewhere around here. And let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's just double check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. All set on that. And then I'm trying to think about how I want to structure the sort of horse pen section of it. I kind of want it like coming off of the side at a different angle. So it'd be like, let's see. Probably gonna share a wall. So what if we did, how's this gonna look? How's this gonna look? Maybe they shouldn't share a wall actually. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 makes it. And then how does that divide up? So, because I kind of wanted to do like 3 wide pens. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, and then this here instead. Just trying to get a good idea of what this is gonna look like. So 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If I make it just 1, 2, 3, and that's off by 1, then what we could do is put this here instead. And then put this here. Okay, yes. Yeah. That feels good. That's right. That's exactly how I wanted that. So let's toss these in here. And we're gonna need a few more barrels. Three, 4. Okay, as always, this looks super funky right now because it's like just a collection of barrels everywhere. Am I going a little too heavy with barrels? I might be. I'm kind of down for it though. I'm sort of into it. So cool. And then we'll do like a big open pen here that will like the horses can kind of wander around in. And yeah, I mean, that feels pretty good. I like the amount of space it's got from the inn. It's not like right on top of it. I mean, we could move the whole thing over a bit. That wouldn't be like the worst idea. Oops, I keep doing that. I switched that button to like a button on my mouse and now I'm like accidentally clicking it all the time. Okay, I do think I'm gonna move it just because it is a little bit far over to this side and it's like kind of squishing this into this narrow spot. And obviously, just based off of the size of what we have framed out here, it can be more like the edge of the pens can be like here. So I'm just gonna quickly move all this over. Yeah, that placement feels a lot better. Definitely a lot better. Cool. All right. So we've got that set up. So now we can just start like throwing in beams and putting up walls and kind of getting a general sense of the shape. I'm feeling good about the sort of layout and, you know, structure so far. I'm thinking it's not going to have a second floor, but it is going to have some like dormers on the roof, or a dormer on the roof. And I think I'm going to do that out of the oak wood. I think I'm going to do the stables portion out of oak wood too, with just this one high foundation of stone. So that's sort of the what I have in mind for what that's going to look like, and the integration of oak wood into the build. So let me start getting some of that going. All right, feeling pretty good about this. Yeah, this is looking good. I'm almost wondering if I should go a little higher on the roof for the structure, because it feels kind of squat. There's like not a lot going on for it. And I think if we go a little higher on the roof, it'll sort of have a little bit more of a presence. So probably just do something like this, and then that, and this, that. Strip those, and then something like that. How does that look? Okay, it's getting somewhere. I think that's good. I don't want to go much higher than that, because otherwise it's going to look like a little funky. So let me just get these guys sorted. Perfect. Also, I love these feather falling boots. The 4 high drops that I feel like I do all the time because I forget to put scaffolding off or on, or I fall off the structures, are just are totally trivial now. They don't hurt me. They don't make it a problem. It's perfect. So loving it. It was a heavy investment, but well worth it. So cool. All right. So we've got the shape of the roof in place. Now we just need to get sort of the trim along it, which is going to be a little tricky. Probably going to require a little bit of experimenting and kind of playing with it. On here, I was kind of thinking about doing like a sloped roof, so probably going up this way, just like one sort of angle all the way across, I think would be a nice sort of design for that. So let me figure this one out, because that one's going to be easy. This one's going to be a little trickier. Roof trim is all set, I think. Yeah, I'm really liking the shape of this, actually. It started off a little funky, and I think one thing that really helped it was throwing a slab up on top of there, and now it's got this kind of, I don't know, it's just got this really cool shape to it, so I'm super into it. We could even like run like like that or something, or maybe it's trapdoors. I don't know. I'm gonna take that away just so that way it's not sort of confusing us, but we could run something there to sort of break up that transition a little bit, but this is looking really fresh. It's a lot of fun. So now we just got to fill the roof in, and that's some deep slate. Let's punch a door out on this guy and just get some light in here, so that way we're not creating like a mob spawner. And let's get some stuff out for the roof itself. Probably gonna need a little bit of deep slate blocks and deep slate bricks. I don't know why. I don't know when it happened, but I have just been really feeling bricks over tiles, but I definitely want to switch back and forth because I used tiles here, I used bricks here. I'm pretty sure I used tiles on this guy. Yeah, there's tiles on that guy. So I think there's like tiles on there. So I think it's okay for me to introduce some bricks around, and just keep in mind that every once in a while, for a different build sort of positioned around the base, I should switch back and forth. I forgot stairs. I need some stairs. So there's like one awkward bit right here, and I'm trying to kind of understand what's happening there. I guess that should be a block instead. Yeah. That's got to be a block, not a stair. Not that that like fully corrects that, but I just noticed that that side was kind of like off whatever, like it just didn't balance out. That can't be right either. Oh, there just needs to be nothing there. Yeah, there just doesn't need to be anything there. That's right now, right? Yeah. Okay, all right. That's actually a lot better. I'm down for that. So cool. I was a little confused by that like awkward transition there. So cool stuff. This looks awesome. Yeah, I am into it. It's cute. It's little. You know, obviously it's not the scope of some of the projects that we've been taking on, but I've been taking on some like really big projects lately, like with the Hillside Village and the apiary and everything. So I'm totally down to get back into like a chill sort of little build, especially because we need some more around the valley, and not every build can be these like huge expansive, you know, projects. And depending on, you know, the scope of this one, it's definitely gonna inform how other things are built around. So all right, let's get this guy all sorted out. All right, it took a little experimenting. I had to kind of play with it a little bit, and it works, you know. It's not bad. It's just like it took a little kind of head scratching to figure out, but I'm totally down for it. You know, the only bit that feels a little awkward to me, and it actually kind of makes sense, is the fact that this line here doesn't meet up with this edge. But I guess if you look at where the edge here meets up with this, they're also not lined up. You know, it's not like a perfect seamless thing. And I think for what I was going for, that's like pretty dead on. So I'm good with it. I'm rocking it. I'm feeling it. I think we're good. It's feeling nice and fresh. So now, I mean, is it detail time? Is it detail time? Do we start playing with some details? These are awesome pens for horses. Tons of room. Lots of room for activities. Feels good. Then, you know, we've got our space over here. I don't know if I want to try to squeeze a window in up here. It might be worth it, just like poking a tiny one out right there. and doing it on this side too. On the other side, it might not work just because of how close it is to this roof line. I think that's sort of the best it's gonna get, but yeah. So I guess we can start playing with some details. And first things first, well, let's throw down the slabs. Let's throw down this stuff. And then we do have some fences. Probably gonna need some more. And let's get a cobblestone windows or doorway situation. So that's not a pickaxe. There we go. Something like that. And then we could get a window here, a window here. Probably a window there. A window there. There's been a zombie here. Wait, I just gotta... Okay, yeah. Like, I can hear these mobs just sort of running around down here. This Enderman has just been... Oh, he's stuck in gravel. That's hysterical. But I've been hearing those zombies just go and go for, like, a while now. And it's gotten a little annoying. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I need to eat. And let's get up there and punch out our window up top. So probably like right here, I think, is the best spot for it. Right there. Cute. Yes, very cute. And we've got our windows. Definitely feeling, I think, some fences for the windows. I think that kind of fits the vibe a little bit more of like this rustic stable situation. Yeah. That's definitely the vibe for sure. And then up here, I know we just kind of played with it, and I think I've got some trapdoors kicking around. Yeah, we do. And some slabs. And I'm wondering if it would be like trapdoor, slab, trapdoor. Ooh. Yeah. Yep. That's perfect. I'm super into that. And then same here. Are these the same size? I think they are. Trapdoor. Yeah. Yep, they are. And that looks great. I'm digging that. Cool stuff. And then maybe on these, like, just some shutters. How does that feel? What if I do it on this side too? I mean, I like it. I want to do something over the doorway too, but I don't want to get too close to this. Nope. I don't want to get too close to this top part. I might even, I know I just put this stair in, but I think it's kind of messing with what I want to do for the doorway. Let's take that back. Totally okay. Down to adjust as needed. Throw that in, and then we're gonna need another trapdoor. Probably gonna need a bunch more trapdoors. kind of my classic little doorway. I will say the one thing I'm still using a lot of deep slate tile for are these walls. I think the deep slate tile walls are just tops. Like that is so cool looking. I don't know what it is, but it just like does it for me, you know? Yeah, I think I'm into this. I think that's good. And obviously like some leaves kind of scattered throughout. And then on this side, I mean, why not just kind of stick with the convention? So cool. And then maybe underneath we can do sort of like a sill situation. Yeah, that's good. That's perfect. Wow, I feel like I'm getting all the details just in one. Normally I have to like put something together and then look at it and get like upset by it and have to change it like 3 times. But I feel like we're sort of just blowing right through these details, which is great. We need a little more spruce for some more trapdoors. And then maybe on these ones, it's just like something simple like that. And then we could run like a fence with a post there. I almost wonder, where'd that fence go? Oh, it's right there. I don't think I have any stairs on me. Let me grab a stair. That I don't think is as successful as I want it to be. It's like, I don't really know what it's doing, but it's not really doing the right thing. We could just do something like that. That's kind of cool, actually. And then what if we... Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Almost wonder if like these should be stairs too then. Yeah. I think that's it. Sweet. Cool. So we got that side all set. We got this side all set. This is looking really fresh. I like that. What I'm thinking about for those top windows are some oak trapdoors. I know it's not a lot. We could do... God, this is always a struggle with scaffolding. I'm just gonna like... And then, oh, I don't have any gates on me. Feather falling, coming in clutch. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. The other option could be, I'm going to need some more fences for it. I kind of like that more, but I know if I put a gate here, it's gonna like get upset. Whoops, not what I meant to do. I do like that more, honestly. I think that's a better look. Yeah. Yep. I'm almost wondering if we should change out that oak trapdoor with a fence and then do oak trapdoors like above and below, or just like on like just above. What would that look like? Ooh, I keep doing that. I gotta get used to that not being just like a nothing button anymore. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. That looks really cool. I'm into that. And then let's just copy that over here. Fence. Wall. Fence. Trapdoor. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm loving how this is coming out. I think it looks super cute. It definitely feels very rustic, which is sort of exactly what I was going for. And yeah, I mean, I think we might be all set on the main structure. The only thing that I want to do is just quickly change that out so that way we have a door frame, and then we'll get inside and sort of set up the inside in a bit. I kind of wanted to get this guy fully fleshed out and feel good. So yeah, let's get started on the stable section. So we're obviously going to need a fence around the sort of stable section. So probably to like there. And obviously some of this is going to be knocked out for an entrance. And then that's not gonna, yeah, that's not gonna get too close. All right, we're gonna need a few more spruce fences. We're probably gonna need a bunch more because I want to incorporate some around the do I still, oh, I still have everything around the actual stables themselves too. I think that's kind of cute. It's sort of, in my head, you know, when you go to ranches and there's like a kind of this overhang thing or like archway that you go through when you enter the ranch. That's sort of what I have in my head. And looking at sort of the spacing here, there's plenty of room to run a path that, you know, we can ride a horse down and into here. And then in here, I'm thinking this is where we're going to section off the horses, and we're going to leave this open so that way we don't have to worry about like running like 3 gates across here, and we'll keep the horses in these pens. Whoops. Yeah, that's right. There we go. And then maybe it's not fences there actually. Maybe it's something like this. I'm into that. I think that's cute. And then maybe fences down along here. Actually, I'm going to take this bit back. I don't want that there. And then we have exactly 2 walls left. Perfect. Yeah, that's cute. I'm into that. And then I'm wondering, I kind of want to dress this up a little bit more, but there's also a part of me that's like, is this just a storage pile? You know, like, do we just do maybe some storage stuff, like maybe kind of wrapping around here with like some leaves and hay bales and everything? I think that might be the move for that. And then maybe on this side too, something similar. Whoop. Wee, W. Not what I meant to do. The only thing I could think to do here, and it won't even work because that's a half block there, would be to like run a fence post or something. But I think it's okay. It's not like so plain that it's like offensive, you know? And if we put like a little storage pile there, it's going to break that up and feel, you know, not like this big block. And then same with over here. I don't even feel a strong need to really like have to do something back here, but we could get something in there. So awesome. All right. I mean, this is looking good, guys. Like, I'm feeling really good about this. Let's do a little kind of fly around. The one thing that I think might benefit this, and I don't want to go too heavy with these, is does this need a chimney? You know, I want to say yes, but I'm also wondering if it like needs it though, you know, because like chimneys are great. They definitely always add something to a build, but I almost feel like if I put one on here, it's just going to be kind of like forcing it, and it's not really going to make sense to the build. So I think I'm going to hold off on doing it. We can obviously always add a chimney, so that's not like a life or death thing, you know? Okay. All right. So I think we need to start thinking about sort of like nitpicky details and some basic things like getting the interior space all set up. Let's throw some stuff down because I think we're good on most of this stuff. Why do I have a single torch in my hand? Or do I only have one torch right now? That's so ridiculous. Okay. Just move that over. It's bothering me. Let's get some oak going. Do I have oak slabs kicking around? I have 12, so I'm probably gonna need a few more. That should be enough. I need more torches. I gotta light up the roof of that. Otherwise, it's gonna be a little sketchy. Got our ceiling in place. Let's get our door in. Cool. And now I have some ideas about what to do in here. I'm thinking I'm going to dig up all this grass, or maybe not all of it, but a decent portion. And then I also think I want to path some of this out. So that way there's like, so I want to texture it with grass paths, coarse dirt, and Pozdol. I think that would look really good for sort of a stable situation, you know, that like an area where the horses are really like beaten up and roughed up. So let me put this stuff down. I'm gonna go grab some Pozdol. I know I have a whole bunch from trying to dig up the area over by the smelting house. I'm thinking texture-wise, that looks pretty good. It's definitely a little busy. I think I might just full send. I was trying to keep some grass incorporated, but I think I'm just gonna full send it and path all this grass that is sort of hanging out in the middle. And even still, it's a little busy, but I think it kind of lends itself to like the purpose of this area, which is that like horses, you know, are going to be walking around in here and, you know, trampling up the dirt and everything and making it feel sort of rough. So I think that's good. Yeah, I think we're good on the sort of this sort of area right now. I don't know, you know, I don't want to go too crazy with it. You know, obviously we got to get some lanterns in. We got to get some storage piles in. We've got to get some some leaves around, but I'm starting to feel really good about this build. I mean, we can just do a little fly around. We've got our stable section, and then we have our house. This is definitely where like the keeper, the whatever, the horse master, whatever you want to call him, would live and sort of be able to check in on the horses while they're stabled and you're staying here. And the back's a little plain. You know, we could do something back here. I'm not quite sure what. It may end up just being like this. Maybe I'll grow a tree or two just to kind of fill it in a little bit. That's definitely still something I'm really lacking around the base is, you know, I grew in a bunch of trees over here and there's some kind of scattered throughout over here, but you know, in some of the newer areas there's not a lot of trees and it's feeling a little bit sparse and a little empty. So definitely getting maybe a few trees just around these builds will make a difference in sort of integrating it into the landscape. They're not just be like rising out of the land and not be part of sort of the area. So awesome. All right, so we're gonna get some little bits and bobs around, and I think we're starting to feel pretty good for this build. Feeling pretty good about the details around this space. We got our little storage pile right here, which, you know, has a crafting table and some barrels and a little hay pile. We got some leaves and lanterns around the place, which really make it feel nice and sort of overgrown. We've got a second little hay pile back here, and I put some of these jugs or big pots, whatever you want to call them, next to it. I think those look super cute. To me, they're kind of, I don't actually know what they are in my head. They're sort of like milk jugs, but I guess horses don't drink milk, or maybe they do. I don't know. But that's sort of what was going through my head when I put them down, and then I am now realizing that that doesn't really make any sense. I made a little trough here, so that way the horses like chilling out in here, if they are chilling out in here, can get a drink of water. And then in each stall, I did a little pile of hay and a cauldron with some water in it, so that way each of all the horses can kind of have like a little snack, and they can have somewhere to get some water. So feels pretty good. I'm definitely into the details. I think this is looking really fresh. Just do like one more little sort of wrap around here. You know, it came out super great. It's definitely a small build. It definitely, you know, flexed my restraint muscle to not go, you know, 2 stories with this, or to make this, you know, 8 stalls wide or something. I wanted something simple and something effective, and I think this does the job well. So now the last detail we need for a stables is horses. We need some horses, and I unfortunately only have 1 saddle, so we're gonna have to kind of do this in pieces. I also have no idea where all the horses that were originally in this valley ended up, because like I didn't do anything with them. I swear. Like I did not move them. I did not attack them. I just kind of let them be. And I don't know if they all wandered off or despawned or something, but I'm not seeing a lot of horses around. I think the last time I saw a horse, it was up over by the apiary over there. So I'm going to grab the saddle, and we're going to try to see if there's one up there. Yeah, there we go. Saddle. And actually, why don't I grab a lead too, just in case. And we'll see what we can do with this. I'd like to tame all 3 of the horses that I put in there, so that way I kind of have my pick of which horse I want to ride out on if I ever do ride a horse. I cannot stress enough how little I've used horses in my Minecraft career. I mean, they're a cool mechanic and everything. I'm so happy they got added to the game, but they've never really done anything for me. If I'm going to go somewhere on foot, I'm just going to go there on foot. You know, I'm not going to mess around. I know horses do have their legitimate uses with the fact that they can climb up, you know, single block steps and you don't have to jump constantly. But all right, horse. Where are the horses? Where did the horses go? Okay, there's a cow. That's great. Pick up this egg and chuck it. Let's see. Any horses down here, maybe? In the tree growing valley? Don't see any. Which is unfortunate. Has he wandered over here? Huh. I also feel like I remember seeing a horse once over by where the iron farm is. So let's check out over there. Wait, what's that? That's another cow. Okay. So no horses over here. Is that a zombie? That is a zombie. What are you doing? It's not even... What is happening? Is this a thunderstorm and I just didn't realize it? Oh yeah, there are mobs everywhere. Here, wait. This must be a thunderstorm. Can I sleep before he gets to me? There's no thunder though. It never thundered. Yeah. Oh wait, I don't have a don't have my sword out. Okay. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Love surprise thunderstorms that don't actually thunder. Let's check out over here by the iron farm. Wow, a whole bunch of mobs spawned. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh my god, oh my god, the creepers are everywhere. Oh my god. Oh, I thought my cactus were like a huge horde of creepers. All right, come on. Do me right. Do me right. Where are we with the horses? Gotta be one up here. So I realized I was watching back some of my recording before. Oh, there's a horse. I was watching back some of my recording before I jumped back into this session, and I realized I never checked in with everyone. I feel like I haven't done that in a few episodes. How is everyone? You know, how are you doing? I hope everyone's having a good week, and I hope, you know, you're just enjoying, you know, some warmer weather and setting yourself up for spring. And, you know, things are going well. Work's going well. School's going well. Is this guy gonna... Did he like me? No, he didn't. Oh my god. Wow, this horse really doesn't like me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Isn't it... Don't you just ride it and it'll tame? Ow, 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 ow. But yeah, I hope everything's going well. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. I hope, you know, you're just sort of getting through it. I know we're all kind of just getting through some strange times right now, and I don't know. I just felt like I hadn't checked in with you guys. I remember watching back one of my most recent episodes and realizing, like, I never did my kind of check-in, hello, how's everyone doing kind of statement. So I wanted to make sure to get one in. And then I realized I hadn't done it yet for this episode either. So I was like, I really gotta say something to these folks. So, all right, let's get this horse in our stable. I'm gonna bang my head on that now. All right, buddy. Do horses not go through gates? Can I jump you in here? Okay. What do we do here? I would have... Oh, there we go. There we go. He's in. Cool. How do I get the saddle back? There we go. Cool. All right. Horse number 1. I'm thinking I'm going to call this one Gray Wind. Because it's gray. And it's fast like the wind. Oh my god. Please don't judge me. I'm so sorry. I don't know where that came from. I don't know why I felt the need to name it right there. But that horse's name is now Gray Wind, and I'm kind of into it. I think that's kind of a cool name. All right. I feel like we're going to have some good luck going in this direction. Maybe I should go back up there over by the cherry grove or cherry biome. I feel like I've seen horses up there more often. Maybe that's where they all went, is they all just kind of migrated up there. Yeah, my iron farm is still like totally busted too. Maybe I'll take a minute after recording this episode to try to troubleshoot that. All right. Horses. We got a sheep. Can't really go that way. I gotta eat. Ooh, Is that another gray one though? It is another gray one. Should I hold out for like a different color? I feel like I should hold out. We know that horse is there, which is good. Let's see if there's not like a brown one. I know I'm being really picky. I should just like take the horses I get, but I feel like there were so many horses around here at one point. Ooh, a donkey. I could totally get down for a donkey. Are you kidding me? Let's do this. Let's do this, buddy. Yeah. I know it's going to take a few tries. Whoa, you kicked me off real fast that time. Oh, yeah. That was quick. Okay. All right, let's head home, especially because I just realized I forgot my bed. So let's hustle, buddy. Let's hustle. You could go a little faster if you wanted. I feel like I could walk this fast. I will say the one thing I always forget about using horses for above ground or like ground transport is it doesn't take away from your saturation, right? So you could go really far on a horse and you're not going to get hungry because you're like running the whole way. So that is something to keep in mind about the application of horses. I always forget that. And then I'm always wondering how I'm burning through like an entire stack of steaks every episode. And I realize it's like because I'm literally running everywhere constantly. All right. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Now the question is, does this guy have enough ups to get into the stall? Oh, yes. Yes, he does. There we go. Gonna take that back. Ooh, nice. I'm into it. I'm so happy with that. Okay. Maybe, I mean, I swear, I remember there being like a cool spotted horse up there somewhere. And I really want to find it because I'm like into the idea of having something. I mean, like I'll settle for that other gray horse. It's just a little, you know, disappointing to have two horses of the same color. I kind of wanted to have some variety, and I'm really happy we found that donkey, especially because I think you can attach chests to donkeys and they'll like you can like have like an inventory on them. So in terms of like raiding, or not raiding, but like going around and collecting supplies, that would be really big. Okay, I do not trust any of this snow. Yeah, isn't this like all powdered snow? This looks like all powdered snow. Oh, yep, that's powdered snow. Not messing with it. Should have thrown on some boots. Where did that horse go? I'm just gonna pick up this emerald with my fortune pick that I've got now. How many did I get? One? What is happening? I swear to God, I have fortune on this, right? Yeah, fortune 3. I should have gotten like 2. What the heck? Lame. Am I using fortune wrong? Is this supposed to be like on a different tool or something? All right, come on. Give me a cool horse. See an Enderman way over there. Oh, he's jumping around. I'm not gonna even look in that direction. Maybe a horse down there. Is that a horse? Nope, just some more cows. Oh, there's the Ice Spikes village. I'm really committed to finding a different horse. Oh, ooh. Oh, that's a cool one. Oh, I'm into it. I'm into it. Okay, cool. Let's grab that guy. Ooh, I kind of like this actually a little more. Yeah. All right, now how do I get back? I think it's this way. I'm like 100 blocks away from my base and I'm already lost. Wow, this one's got some mobility. Holy crap, we are cruising. Oh, oh my God. Oh boy. What kind of ups do you got? Ooh. Boy, this is a struggle. Okay, all right. I think we're getting somewhere. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. I like this horse. This is the one, I think. This is the horse for me. I'm going to leave the saddle on this one just so that way we're ready to go in the future. All right. So we've got Grey Winds. We've got Donkey. That's a Shrek reference. I just decided it now. And then I think I'm going to call this one Brown Cow, which if you get that reference, Brown Cow, definitely comment down below and let me know where it's from. It's a pretty deep cut, but it's a good one. It's a good one for sure. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to do for this build, grab some signs, get a sign up in here. Where are we gonna put it? Maybe coming off of here. Maybe, or off of here, or kind of hung a lantern from that spot, so I can't really put anything there. Let's sleep before we make any decisions. Yeah, I think off of this corner is probably the best spot for it. And I mean, comment down below if you want to name something special, because right now I'm just gonna call it the stables. So cool stuff, but definitely let me know what you'd like to see it be named, because I am open to suggestions as my creativity has officially apparently run out and it's just the stables. Oh, freaking ridiculous. Okay, I mean, that definitely concludes the build. You know, we've got our horses all set up, our 2 horses and a donkey. We've got, you know, the build itself all set up. It's got the details, it's got the lanterns, it's looking really fresh. I'm really liking it. So I mean, there's not really much more I think we can do to that, and we got a ton done today in terms of trading and, you know, leveling up our gear, you know, getting looting on the sword, getting fortune on the pickaxe, getting protection or feather falling on the boots, and realizing that fire protection cancels out regular protection, so we can't really put protection on our chest plate and helmet, which was a great learning experience for me because I did not know that, and I'm definitely going to going forward not jump on fire protection when I get it. But you know, we learned a valuable lesson, and that's quite all right. But yeah, I think this is a really cute addition to the valley. I mean, if we free cam it, we have pretty much fully wrapped our builds all the way around the valley now. We've got like the hillside village, we've got the stables and the inn, we've got our sort of original starter builds that are all sort of nice grouped and clustered together. And you know, there's certain details like this wheat field is looking really good. I'm quite happy with how that looks and the way it's sort of filling out that area. And now we just need to start thinking about, like, I mean, something needs to go here. And I'm definitely thinking like probably another wheat field, honestly, just to kind of tie in the fact that this is kind of like, there's like agriculture type things, and you know, it's like a settled farmers valley. I like that vibe. I think it fits with what I've been building and sort of the aesthetic. And you know, and then, you know, we got to think about what's going behind these builds. I'm sort of the camp, and definitely let me know in the comments if you would like to see more builds here, like another set of buildings here, or if you'd like to see like what I'm thinking what might look good is kind of like a terraced garden, you know, like with lots of different levels and maybe like a stream running through it and lots of flowers and trees, and just something that kind of looks good and leads up to the apiary, because I would love to have the path to the apiary go like through this village, this little village area, and then up into here. I think that would be a really cool sort of development. While I was looking for those horses, I also came across this big flat area, which is not flat by itself. I flattened this out when I was trying to get dirt for filling in this valley a little bit. And so I think a build could go here and it would be really cool. I'm almost thinking something more aesthetic and not super functional. Like I was thinking maybe like a watchtower, like, you know, a preliminary area for people to watch out for like threats from for the valley. I think that would be really cool. So something right there. We also need to work on a mob farm, which I started getting going over here, and that's definitely something that is in the works. So, and then on top of that, I'm also still thinking about our castle project and our, you know, our dragon fight, you know, preparation. I'm feeling pretty good about the work we got done today with just like getting the bow all enchanted and getting the armor all enchanted. And so I'm thinking we're moving in the right direction, and things are starting to look pretty good. So awesome. All right, well, thank you so much guys for joining in, for kind of being a part of this journey today and watching me, you know, trade and build and just get everything all set. I do believe this is going to be a shorter episode, and I am going on a trip this week, so I'm kind of, I don't want to say like rushing this episode, but I'm definitely trying to make sure it's up in time, and I have, you know, ample time to get some other content recorded and just be ahead of my schedule, so that way I'm not worried about not getting too much recording time this weekend. So definitely thank you for bearing with me as I go on trips and I figure everything out. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you watched this far and you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps out. It, you know, shows me that people are liking what I'm making, and you know, it shows me that like I can keep at it, and that, you know, there's good stuff going on here. So definitely consider subscribing. I would love to have you be a part of this journey. But yeah, all right, well, have a good one, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Sorry, I had to do that one more time before I ended the episode. All right, see you in the next one, guys. Bye.